Okay, hello everybody. Let us now learn about how to create orthographic views. Now, before that, let us learn a little bit about orthographic views. Now, orthographic views are projections of an object to three different planes. So, as you can see here on the right side, we have the top view, the front view, and the right side view. You can also use the left side view of this particular object right here, this 3D object. And there are two types, the third angle projection and the first angle projection. So the third angle assumes that the object is considered to be on the third quadrant. And then in this particular video, we will use the left hand side. The left side view in the third quadrant. Okay, you will see that later. And the object that we will be using to create the orthographic views is this object right here, this 3D object. Okay, so let's now go to AutoCAD. The first thing that we're going to do is go to the layer properties. So we need to create two additional layers. So this is the construction layer. This will be for our construction lines and the object layer. Now to differentiate between the two, let's make the object lines thicker. Okay, so the construction lines will be there to guide us in the creation of these orthographic views. Okay. Okay, so let us set the construction layer as our current layer, and we will set up the limits of the views, and we will place them in position. Okay, so first and foremost, let us create construction lines, horizontal and vertical. So X line. So you can just type X line on the command line. And then you have here horizontal and vertical options, angle, bisect, and offset. We will just be using the horizontal and vertical. Okay, so I'm going to type H. So as you can see, it spans all the way throughout the graphics window. So let's select any point, and then let's do that again for vertical. So you have it right here. So we now have our let's call them baselines. Okay, so let's go back to the picture. If we consider the left hand side, what are the limits of the rectangle that we are going to use? So as you can see here, the length is 100 on this side right here, and the height is a total of 75, as you can see with this dimension here. So I'm going to create uh, a rectangle with 100 unit length and the 75 meter width. Okay, so I'm going to offset this horizontal line by 75. Okay, 75. Okay, so let's go up. There you have it. So then for this vertical line, I'm going to offset it by 100. Okay, so this is now our limits for our left side view, and then our top view will be here, and we will put the front view here. Okay, so in order for these orthographic views to be a little bit more organized, so we're going to put spaces between them, a 30 unit space between them. So let's just offset 30 unit spaces here, and let's do that again. 30 and then here. Okay, so our top view square rectangle will start here. Okay, so let's go back to our drawing, and then let's take a look at the top view. So what do you think are the limits of the rectangle for the top view? So as you can see here, we have 64 as our width, and we also still have 100 for our length. So let's do that. So we already have this 100 length right here. So let's just offset this horizontal by 64, and then select object. So there you have it, 64. Okay, so this will be the rectangle for the top view. Now let's go to the front view, the last view that we will be creating. So for the front view, let's imagine that we are looking here from this perspective, and what rectangle are we going to see? So the height of this rectangle is 75. So we're going to, or the width, or you can call it height also. Then 75, so that is 75, right? And this is 64, so it's a 64 by 75. So we already have the 75 because this is already 75 from the left side view. So we only need to offset for the 64, which is our width. Okay, so 64, I mean offset, and then 64. Okay, so 64 right here. Okay, there we go. So these will be our construction lines. So let's switch over to object and let us create lines along these limits. Okay, let's turn off the grid snap. And as you can see here, you cannot see the difference in thickness because we didn't turn on the thickness. Okay, so there you have it. It's clearly seen. Okay. Okay, so there are our squares, our rectangles. Okay, so from here we will start constructing the orthographic views. Okay, so let's start with the left hand side. As you can see here, um, from the from this side right here, so this side, this line corresponds to this side, right? So we have a thickness of 15 units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset this line by 15 units. Okay, so let's try that. So I'm going to offset by 15 units this line. Okay, very nice. And so what is the thickness of this part right here from the bottom to, so we have 22, and for the thickness of this part of the drawing, so that would correspond to this part. So let us offset by 22. 22. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so let's create a sort of a, let's just create a small line here. We'll just delete it later. Then offset, then 16 here, be 16. Let's just delete this. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, and let's just trim off these lines here. These are not needed. And then we have this diagonal right here, starting from 40 units from this endpoint right here to here. So let's just create a line. You can create, there are various options to do this, but this is the how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to turn on the ortho. It's already on, so I'm going to type 40. Okay, so this is my line, right? Okay, so this is the starting point, and then as you can see, this has a 70 unit length below. So how I'm going to create that is I'm going to create another line that is 70, and I'm just going to put places as a marker, and then I'll create another line from the 40 mark right here that we've created to this one. Okay, so I'm going to delete this, delete this, and this line. Okay, so there you have it for our left side view. Okay, so now let's go to the top. Okay, so what we're going to do for the top view is to create this 15 unit offset again. So we can just There are many ways to do this again. So I'm going to type X line. So you can create a vertical line for that. If you go to the construction, let's set the construction as our current. So let's type X line again. And we're going to